Hey guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I just got back from a trip. Buddy gave me enough time to take off my work shirt before forcing me outside to go for a walk. I got the chance to feed Diana and some of the strays as well, so that was good. But it left me with a perfect time to sit and talk with you guys about April and May. So, if you've watched the last video or two of mine, you know I talked about May's flying being reduced. Well, we received a whole bunch of emails letting us know what's going on, what to expect. Now, any trip for a line holder that was supposed to start after the 8th is now canceled. I know. So I worked one trip, one 4-day trip. I have a trip that starts, it's a 3-day trip that starts on the 7th. I fly to Baltimore, I sit there for a long layover, and I fly back to Las Vegas. After that, everything else on my schedule is canceled. Now, I am going to be pay protected for those hours. I won't earn per diem for the obviously, when I'm not leaving the base. So I won't be earning per diem for most of the month. But I am going to be pay protected for the credit hours that I was scheduled. Oh, I was like, what is that? I thought it was a big fly or something near me. Close. Hey, buddy. So anything that was on my schedule, look at that light, like a mask. Anything that was on my schedule is now what's called TAJ. And TAJ, time adjusted something or other. I forget what it stands for. But what TAJ means is I'm kind of like a hybrid of a reserve and a line holder. Being that I will get credit for all the hours that I was supposed to work, but they'll only call me to work a trip if they need me. Kind of like a reserve flight attendant. So it's kind of weird. Usually during normal times, normal operations, they have to give me 24 hours notice before assigning me a trip. There's a whole bunch of rules and stuff. But now, since things are so crazy, the rules are kind of out the window, which is fine with me. You know, whatever I have to do, I'll do. So after this 3-day trip I have coming up, I won't be working for the most part for the rest of April. One of the emails we got from one of our executive team members suggested some numbers. She said something like there's about a 14% chance that we would be called to work a trip. 86% chance we won't be called to work a trip. So for the rest of April, I will be waiting by the phone, kind of like a reserve flight attendant. I won't be, well, I'm not doing much because, you know, no one's doing anything right now. So that's it for April. I don't think I'll be working much after this 3-day trip. And I'm okay with that. I'll be paid protected for all those hours. I'll be getting roughly a third of the per diem that I'm used to, and I can survive on that. That's not a problem. So that's April so far. We'll see what's going on. May. Now, I talked about this a little bit in my last video. Actually, I don't think I've posted that video yet about the 4-day trip I was just on. So I have to post that later on today. I'll talk about that a little bit more in another video that you are more than welcome to go watch. But May, my airline, was trying to encourage people to take voluntary time off. Our union and our company came to an agreement where the company would pay us 36 hours of our credit hours, and they would pay our health insurance, and they wouldn't, they would allow us to apply for unemployment. They wouldn't fight our application for unemployment. So there's some things that they were making it very attractive for us not to work in May. Now, just in Las Vegas, they were offering 400 positions of voluntary time off. It's actually kind of a line that we have to bid for. It's awarded by seniority, so the most senior people will get their first dibs if they want to take this voluntary time off or not. They were offering 400 positions. As of yesterday or today, they're offering another 100. So they're offering 500 flight attendants the chance to not work in May. They'll be paid the absolute minimum, but we do keep our health insurance and all of our perks, all that stuff we get to keep. So I was in a real quandary. I was really, really torn. Do I take or do I bid for this voluntary time off or not? Now, the pros in terms of bidding for this voluntary time off is, number one, I'm not exposed to anything crazy on the airplanes. That's a big pro. To stay isolated, me and my cats, and the occasional trip to the grocery store. That is a giant pro. The other pro is since I won't be spending a lot of money outside of groceries and cat food, even though I'm only going to be paid 36 hours, it's still something better than nothing. Another pro is the company said if enough people take VTO, then they won't have to furlough people, or the less likely it would be to furlough people. So if not enough people took VTO, voluntary time off, they were suggesting that furloughs would be possible, which is terrifying. So those are the big pros I can think of. Yeah, the cons, it all comes down to money. I would be paid 36 hours. That's it. There's no per diem. They'd be paying my health insurance, but my health insurance premium is probably $90 a month. It's not crazy. So the pros are pretty much fiscally focused, and to a degree, boredom. To not be at the job I love, a job I adore, for a month and a half, really, if you want to add April to this span of time, would be very frustrating. So those are the pros and the cons. I was in a real twist over whether or not to bid for this voluntary time off, because financially I'm not prepared to go this long without being paid, or being paid much. The paycheck that would really worry me is the first paycheck in June, or the paychecks I would receive in June were paid for the prior month. So I'm paid in May what I worked in April, and I'll be paid in June what I worked in May. So if I only get 36 hours in May, June's pay will be 36 hours, and that's it. So my big fear and the big sense of trepidation was over, would I be able to pay rent in June? That was my biggest fear. And the reason I was not going to bid for this voluntary time off. Some people can't take it off, and I was one of those people, because financially, I couldn't. Well, that changed. A friend reached out and said she knew what's going on, and she reached out and said that if I was afraid of not being able to pay my rent literally in June, that she would help me pay my rent in June. Yeah. So, yeah, can you believe it? I'm touching my face. Can you see that? So, if I am not afraid of not paying June's rent, and I may only be receiving a little bit of money from my employer, it's more than nothing on top of what little I have saved and my credit cards. I bid to take that voluntary time off in May. And because I'm 390 on base, they're offering 500 positions, I'll be awarded that voluntary time off. So I won't be working in May. So I know for a fact that I won't be working in May. I just saw a notification pop up on my phone from a friend who said, go look at your bid awards. They were announced whether or not I was awarded that voluntary time off. And indeed I was. So I won't be working in May. My main goal for May is to, this is going to sound trivial to most, I'm going to clean my apartment. It's going to take me a month. I swear it will take me a month because I get so easily sidetracked. I've lived here for 3 years. It's been a year and a half with these cats in my apartment. In fact, I want to say Claire's anniversary, 1 year anniversary, is this week. I'll have to find out for sure. But I've had cats in my apartment for a year and a half, and I can't tell you the last time I vacuumed. I mean, I vacuumed in the last year and a half, but not that often, because it freaks the cats out so much. And there's only so much maintenance I can do with all those kitty litter boxes with a little broom. It's not good. I'll tell you, it's embarrassing. And I live alone. It's embarrassing. I walk in the apartment and my whole spirit is dragged down. I look around going, oh my God, this is awful. I'll never have enough time to dedicate to really cleaning my apartment. So that, I know it sounds trivial, but I want to get my apartment under control. I have accumulated so many things. Before living in this apartment, I was living in a car. I lived with almost no belongings. Somehow I have a studio apartment filled to the top of the door frame with crap that I really don't need. So I think over the next few weeks, I'm going to attack little bits of my apartment one at a time and try to be systematic about organizing my apartment, cleaning it, and gathering clothes and things that I don't use and either bringing them over to Goodwill or something. They're probably not open. My other go-to for getting clothes and things I don't need anymore to people who need it is to literally put it by the dumpster near my apartment building. I put anything over there, shoes, belts, jeans I don't fit in anymore. I put anything over there, a half hour later, it's gone. So that's what I'll do. Oh, Buddy, you came back. There's Buddy. Hey, honey. That posture says that he is done and may want to go back in the apartment. Do you want to go upstairs? I think he's ready to go upstairs, and I'm ready to end this video. So I will talk to you guys later. If you have any questions about voluntary time off or whatever, let me know, and I will talk to you later. Hope you have a great day. Fly safe. Bye.